White dudes, are you okay? I need to know because you're freaking out about stuff that I don't understand why you're freaking out. You're angry, you're yelling at people, you're calling people white hippies, white elderly hippies, or whatever. It's just, I mean, are these guys okay? But the real thing that I would like to discuss here, as I'm talking about that, is do you guys know what's happening with Cracker Barrel? Have you guys seen this crap? Like, people are literally, it's like seriously losing their minds over Cracker Barrel because Cracker Barrel changed the logo. And I was like, yeah, this isn't a big deal. But look, I'm going to get to the serious politics of it all. But it just makes me wonder as I hear all this stuff, like, what is going on in America right now? Or do I even really have to wonder? Do we kind of already know what it is? We do already know what's up. And so check this out. This is the Independent. Cracker Barrel outrageous conservatives. And this isn't made up. This is the truth. Cracker Barrel outrageous conservatives with new logo. This is your Bud Light moment. Restaurant chain accused of going woke and scrapping a beloved American aesthetic by simplifying branding to remove folksy Southern character from its signage. Now, here's the thing. I grew up in Louisiana. I have never eaten at a Cracker Barrel. I don't think I've ever been to a Cracker Barrel, except, and I've said this before on the show, thank you, Terrell, probably Terrell Silver. Never been to Cracker Barrel. Now, when I was growing up, there was 7-Eleven and Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel was a convenience store. It was not a restaurant, but they weren't as plentiful as 7-Eleven. So we had, in my little town, we had the Pack-a-Sack and the Pick-a-Pack. And then 7-Eleven came. I think 7-Eleven came when I was a little kid. And then there was a Cracker Barrel, but not necessarily in my bin, not impressed. Now, I got to tell you, I do love a hamburger steak, or as fancy when you get it in the frozen dinners, it's a Salisbury steak. But I think that's what they're known for, that and the chicken. I do not like, don't give me no white gravy. That is some gross shit that I see that here that Cracker Barrel and those they serve. Like, don't put white gravy over my chicken. That's like paste. We used to make paste when you use flour and water. You can make paste with flour and water, right? That, like, if you run out of, when we were kids and we ran out of Elmer's glue for our projects, and I don't understand people when they do like chicken and dumplings or biscuits and gravy, and there's that white gravy. Like, oh, what is that? Don't give me no white gravy, right? White gravy, yuck. So anyway, folks are freaking out over the Cracker Barrel. Again, this is a class. I'm going to show you what's happening. We're going to get to the serious news and show you why folks are so angry, or I'll show you how they're acting so angry. So they're so mad. And, one of the angriest of angry white men is Don Jr. Don Jr. is freaking out. WTF is wrong with Cracker Barrel? Now, you think Don Jr. cares about Cracker Barrel? Don Jr. cares about taking advantage of something that's happening in the zeitgeist. They're trying to make Cracker Barrel the new Bud Light. That ain't going to happen, because I believe that Cracker Barrel is trying to open its doors to a lot of people, to more people. They're trying to appeal to a broader demographic, which is what businesses are supposed to do, And I think it's okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you this because it's really sort of emblematic of what Cracker Barrel feels like to some people. Anyway, I'll have to find it. I can't find it, but this guy is going into a Cracker Barrel, and he says what it feels like to go into Cracker Barrel as a person of color. Now, let me know if you've been. I've never been. But this is Don Jr. WTF is wrong with Cracker Barrel? Cracker Barrel's new logo isn't an accident. It's CEO Julia Fest Messino's project. She scrapped the beloved American aesthetic and replaced it with a sterile, soulless branding. She kept a DEI regimen that promises to identify, recruit, and advance regime. Really? People are mad about Cracker Barrel. Don't you guys have anything else to be mad about? Like, how about the Epstein files? How about Donald Trump's name being in the Epstein files? How about him trying to bamboozle you and get you not to pay attention to it because his name's in there and he's possibly done some really nefarious, illegal shit, inappropriate. I mean, the Epstein files is all about taking advantage of young people. How about that? How about your taxes going up and the rich folks' taxes going down? How about prices going up when he promised you that they would go down? Like, how about all of that? I mean, and you're mad about a logo? Here is Cracker Barrel. The Cracker speaks out.
Hello, I'm the Cracker from Cracker Barrel. And y'all know I sat on that damn logo for 48 damn years. Longer than a snake deep throating a giraffe neck. Then overnight, you got this diverse, evil, ignorant, or DEI group of people taking over our marketing, talking about we need a rebrand. Then poof, I'm going faster than a black man driving through Alabama. How you gonna rebrand without debrand? I'm the goddamn reason people come to Cracker Barrel. How you gonna have a place called Cracker Barrel without a cracker leaning on a barrel? I mean, what's next, America? A black female Popeyes manager that doesn't fight her customers. Cracker Barrel needs a cracker and a barrel. And I'm the coldest cracker son of a bitch to ever lean on a barrel this side of a Mississippi. Hell, maybe both sides. But don't you go worry about your old boy Cracker. I got a little nest egg and I'll find something to lean on. I always have. But it's a damn shame what y'all done let happen to old Barrel. Who the hell out here finna hire me, bro? Nobody. Nobody hiring barrels. I might as well just jump in the fucking fireplace, bro.
Oh shit, this nigga dead, y'all. Oh no, when this happened, niggas dying that ain't never died before. Jesus, why ain't nobody tell this dumbass to die?
You got to laugh at this stuff. Poor Cracker and the barrel. What happens to the barrel? I mean, look, this is, mark my words, this will be on SNL, and they will be sitting around a table with Aunt Jemima, Mrs. Buttersworth, and what's the Uncle Ben. They're going to have the Cracker and the barrel sitting there at the retirement home. We are so unserious. We are so unserious. It's true, though. It's Thursday, and there's a lot of crazy shit going on, so I think we need to kind of laugh a little bit. But this is absolutely ridiculous, okay? And the reason that I think that they are, I think it's a good thing. You know, is it generic? I don't know why they took the guy off of there. I mean, it didn't bother me. First of all, I'm not a Cracker Barrel person. If I'm like traveling on a road trip, like when I go across country with the social guys and we went to that Buc-ee's place, and they were trying to trick me to say Boucher's or something because I'd never been to a Buc-ee's, and they wanted me to say it on social media because so people could start ripping on me. I'm like, I'm not saying that. So I went to a Buc-ee's. I think it's called Buc-ee's, right? But if I'm traveling, I'll try it. I'll say, okay, give me some like a hamburger steak with gravy and some white rice and brown. Make sure the gravy is brown, and I'll have some corn or peas or something with it, and I'll try it. But I've never ever been to a Cracker Barrel, and it's just never appealed to me. And a lot of it, the way it never appealed to me, is that I'm not into that aesthetic. If you've ever seen inside the Cracker Barrel, it's just not my thing, right? And even though I grew up in the South, so this is why I think it isn't going to work if people try to boycott it, because they're actually appealing to a lot of people, and there are a lot of people of color who actually eat at Cracker Barrel as well. It's in the South mainly. I don't know. Is it in the North? I have no idea. But this is kind of what it feels like to Black people to go into a Cracker Barrel.
How Black people feel walking into Cracker Barrel. Finna go into Cracker Barrel and have me some breakfast. You a long way from home, boy. What you doing around these parts here, black boy? You looking for Obama? Well, he ain't gonna find him around here. You gonna get some biscuits and gravy, fried chicken, and watermelon, son. Hey there, boy. What you doing over there by that candy? NASCAR. You don't belong around here, I guarantee you that. What you doing around here, black man? Got razor bumps? Ain't so it ain't for you, boy. Boy. You is black. NASCAR, Eagles. Can I get the grandma sampler with the country ham and hash brown casserole? Eggs over medium.
And you're okay with the bacon and sausage as well?
Yeah, bacon and sausage is fine.
You said over medium, right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
See, he eats at the Cracker Barrel. Sorry about that. He eats at the Cracker Barrel. Great breakfast. Okay, NASCAR. I love it. But why are people losing their minds over it? I mean, does anybody even notice that? I probably would not even notice. It would go unnoticed, and then until one day I'd be like, wait, what happened to that dude that was on the Cracker Barrel? What happened to that dude who's on the Cracker Barrel? And so but people are really pissed. There's a guy who's angry, and he basically calls it woke. Here it is.
I think this is him.
That's
I
him.
assume you've seen this Cracker Barrel redesign today since, nothing important is going on in the world. And personally, I'm for it. Take a half-century-old Americana brand that was made in the South and turn it into mundane, monotone, minimalist slop. This picture of how the restaurant used to look has been making the rounds today, followed by this picture of what it looks like now. It's Denny's. It's Denny's. It's Denny's now. Look, let's just be honest. Who's really eating at Cracker Barrel anyways? I feel like this restaurant serves slop food that's designed to be evacuated before you leave the restaurant. It's like the second you put the fork and knife down, you drop a hot brown, buy a trinket, and get the hell out of there. Hope no one saw you. This is the new CEO, and, that tracks. These glasses are like the official uniform of looking at something and turning it into slop. It's like you're entering your Mark Cuban, Rachel Maddow, I'm about to endorse Kamala for president and scissor my friend era. What's actually kind of funny about Cracker Barrel is it's a publicly traded company, so you can see all the financials online, and the restaurant quarter-over-quarter sales are actually not that bad. Where they've been seeing the biggest declines is in the retail shop, and some less frequency from customers as a lot of the older demographic is aging out of going there. And I'm just going to Monday morning quarterback for a second, but I don't think the reason that people weren't coming back to the restaurant is because the decor on the walls wasn't good enough or the logo was somehow problematic. It's like, your food's garbage, it's literal slop seed oil garbage, and it makes you feel like you need a nap at 11 a.m. Maybe just have better food, you know what I mean? Look, I don't think you need to be some fancy CEO with a bunch of degrees and titles and some history at branding or whatever to understand that when people want to go and shovel deep-fried slop and grits into their mouth and then while they're on a road trip or something, they don't need to buy a trinket. I think if you just limited the size of the retail shop or maybe made it not so busy or maybe made things that were unique to that location as opposed to just like random doodads you could get anywhere, it would actually work. Turn it into a Buc-ee's. Have customizable food or ready-made food out in the retail shop, and the whole thing would change. You could have left everything else the same. If the Cracker Barrel retail shop was primarily food items that related to the things that were on the menu, like I could buy some sauces or some special popcorn or some other maybe pre-made food item or maybe some fun merch like they do at Buc-ee's, I think it would actually work. But I don't need like a scarecrow doll or like a snow globe, The truth is that you could buy slop food anywhere, and basically the only thing.
I mean, he does a whole deep dive on Cracker Barrel. I mean, does Cracker Barrel have that much cultural importance? I guess maybe to a certain demographic. As I said, it just never ever appealed to me. Just like when you guys are gonna do not cancel me, but when I was a kid, McDonald's never appealed to me. Total Burger King, even now, if there's like on one side of the road there's a Burger King and on the other side there's a McDonald's, I'm going to the Burger King. Now I like the McDonald's. Don't get me wrong. I like the apple pie. Remember the old apple pie that used to like burn a hole in your whatever? Don't get me wrong. There's nothing like McDonald's fries. So I'll get them. And if I do, I get a quarter pounder. I hadn't had a Big Mac, too much bread. It's a long time. But there's nothing like a Whopper. So does it have, I say that because is there anything at Cracker Barrel that you go, there's nothing like a cracker from Cracker Barrel? Someone said you're different, Don. So, it's just weird. I mean, people are doing deep dives. And so you had a white man explaining it. Here's a black woman.
Cracker Barrel has everybody nooses in knots right now. I mean, literally, their crosses are burning. Now, I'm not sure who went into Canva and did this for them, but the people are up in arms. They're thinking about seceding from the nation again. You see how open and bright and spacious it is now? Very live, laugh, love in here. It's almost as if you won't be turned away because of your skin color, but you will be profiled while you're there. Now, they will still have their vintage candies like the sugar daddies and whatever this whites only candy is. And the people are so upset about this woke remodeling that they're acting as if they said we can play spades and dominoes at the table. Now, I don't know about you, but I rather enjoyed having the Confederate antiques spread throughout the stores, and that way they can stay away from our museums. Now, I'm not sure who Uncle Herschel is, but I know he wouldn't have liked a New York strip or anything. He hated the North. This fall menu they're launching is filled with more microaggressions than a corporate email. Cracker Barrel, by the time Christmas gets here, you better have a candle that smells like racism or they will riot.
I loved some of these TikTokers. That is hilarious. You better have a candle that smells like racism. I love her. Amazing. And you guys remember what Jennifer Welch said about Cracker Barrel not so long ago. All right.
I've had it with white people that triple trumped. Yeah. That have the nerve and the audacity to walk into a Mexican restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, an Indian restaurant, go to perhaps their gay hairdresser. I don't think you should be able to enjoy anything but Cracker Barrel. And if you want to triple trump and you want to browbeat DEI and you want to browbeat gay people and you want to browbeat black people as you've been doing for 400 years, and you want to browbeat this generation of immigrants that come over here and open up businesses earnestly, pay their taxes. You want to demonize them and call them rapists and felons and all this shit when the felon is the teeny weeny mushroom cock piece of shit, Kankle's McTaco tits at the top of the ticket. I have fucking had it from top to bottom. White people that triple trump should be banned, boycotted from enjoying the best thing that America has to offer, which is multiculturalism. Get your fat asses out of the Mexican restaurant. Get your fat asses over to Cracker Barrel, because nobody wants to see your fucking smug ass, teeny weeny, pink arm, big gut around. Nobody wants to see that shit. No one.
Ooh. I love Jennifer. Jennifer can say some stuff that, I can't say.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.